Hello, welcome to the Swedish podcast. And today we're going to talk about the movies. How many movies do you see this week, JC?
Oh, that's good.
I saw 3 movies this week, Craig.
Did you watch them in the smokehouse, in the sauna? I like to watch my movies in the sauna, and I like to have fish with my movies. Have you ever had the type of shark that you bury for a long time and it gets real old and sticky, but it's good, like a diaper?
Is the sort of thing a reference to the fact I work at a recreation center? Is that what that is?
Now you talk to yourself.
No, because
I was like,
people
what?
have sauna. It's
It's a racist stereotype. Okay.
It's not a race. They're Caucasians, JC. How could the power, like, you know that racism about power differentials, and come on.
Yes,
You know,
yes, I know.
So.
I am obviously being obtuse.
Forbid I try to be cute and do something fun to start the show, right? And they're like, "Oh, what are you doing? Oh, I'm Garfield."
God forbid.
Welcome in, everybody in chat.
The Knicks lost, by the way. Just thought I'd mention that. Welcome to the
About Knicks lost, by the way.
That's crazy.
Well, the Fremantle Dockers lost a couple too, and guess what? It's a 7-game series, and that's part of the program. Like,
I actually have it.
every fucking game.
They're on a 13-game streak. They haven't lost.
When they lose, they will. But this is the thing about streaks, my guy. Nobody's on an infinite streak. The longest streaks end. Who's on an infinite streak? Cal Ripken is the only one I know that
How long has
retired.
it been since the Dodgers won the World Series?
Have you won how many games in a row have you won? Like the Knicks won 11 in a row, and then God forbid they lost a game.
Welcome to the 3 John Bars podcast. We're doing another episode of Yapping about movies. It's House Month. It's House Month.
Last month, that's right.
We picked another movie called House from 1985. We did. We're all taking credit collectively. No, it was Prag's choice this week.
Oh God, I wish I could slip out of that. Wow, what a movie!
What a movie. Yeah. So Prag, why did you pick this film? And tell us about it. What's your relationship to House?
No. House is the sequel to the 1977 Japanese film House, right?
Yes.
Same director, same cast, but none of the 7 girls were allowed. Yeah. I saw this movie. Listen, this tells you everything you need to know about 1985. This movie and the type of entertainment that we thought was fucking banging. Everybody, critics, kids, adults. Everyone's like, "Did you see House? Oh my God, it was so good!"
Really?
Like, and you swear on the Bible, JC. And I saw this movie today, and I'm like, "Oh my God, we were the corniest." But it was corny as shit until like 1995.
I have a question because I went into this. I look at the poster. I love the poster for House. Like, I love the poster with the hand on the doorbell. I was expecting this to be like a horror movie, like Friday the 13th.
It's terrifying.
I mean, it is, but this movie's like it's like a family. It's like Gremlins almost. Like, and I didn't expect it to be that sort of tone.
Creep show. You know?
Yeah. It's written by one of the guys that did Tales from the Crypt, I think, or at least the story was. So that made a lot more sense, but still, yeah. But so this movie came out, and like, what was the reaction to it? Were people like, "This is scary," or were people like, "This is a fun"?
It's just like, "Oh my God, what a fucking banger!" It had everything that an idiot from 1985 like me loved: comedy, horror.
George
the
Wayne.
blonde chick and bare feet
George Wayne.
who just drops their kid off next door, and like next thing you know, he's in the bathroom with Robert. Like, crazy. Robert, have you gotten damages yet from the studio for the fucking filming of House? What the fuck was going on? And like,
this was bizarre.
It was because
bizarre.
Like, I'll tell you one of the weirdest fucking things. Early in the movie, William Katz, who is a god and a handsome, beautiful man, of course, in this movie. Like, he dominates the screen. He has like a Robert Redford, like a Jewish Robert Redford. No wonder he became the greatest American hero on TV. But he comes home with a Hungry Man dinner and he
God,
opens the microwave.
Crazy.
He doesn't, and he just puts the whole.
It doesn't open the package. Are you kidding? That was
30
crazy.
minutes. Start, spin. Okay, did it perfect.
They never show him
What?
eating it either.
But why? But why?
It was
why?
like
Why
it was like
that?
microwaves.
Funny. I think they're trying to.
It was like microwaves had just been like invented, so no one knew how they worked. It's kind of like, yeah, it's kind of like, you know, like early internet films. Like people don't know how the internet works, but this time it's microwaves.
Threw it in there for.
I know, but to get the thing in the microwave, he needed that right away, right? Like it doesn't take 30 minutes, even it's in the oven.
That's crazy.
Yeah, no, exactly.
There's a lot of shit like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
There was a lot of fucking. I don't know if they're corny jokes or like I don't know, like some of the jokes in this movie are like fucking.
Craig, can you describe what the plot of this movie is? Because this movie has like 5 different things going on. But yeah,
this is an easy one. This is a
Okay.
mentally ill man who decapitates his ex-wife and buries her in the yard. And then the neighbor drops off their child within 15 minutes of meeting him. So like, and then she's like, "Oh, can you watch him overnight? Here's his bath stuff. Make sure you bathe my child you've never met before. I want you guys to be nude together as soon as possible, and I'll be back later." And then she kisses him on the mouth. That's what the movie does. She goes, so she gives him a full. She's like, "Oh, here's a down payment on the sexual favors that I'm going to be dispensing." And she gives
I feel like
no, but it's really about his buddy in Vietnam who he didn't murder before the Viet Cong took him to the POW camp, that he becomes a ghost and kidnaps his child and puts him in a POW camp to be tortured. So, you know,
yeah, so he's a Vietnam vet.
Mm-hmm.
He's come home, and like his like the opening scene is like is it like a Amazon delivery guy?
Before Amazon, yeah.
Yeah, before Amazon, yeah. He shows up and
He called himself a grocery boy. He's like, "I'm your grocery boy."
I'm your grocery boy. He's got a blue shirt. He shows up. I thought he was going to be in the movie more, but he just shows up and he finds the old lady. She's dead. She's hung herself in the room.
Mm-hmm.
And then we cut to a funeral, and we meet the actual main character, and that's Roger. Is it Roger Cobb? Right? He's a writer. Yeah. There's so many facets to this guy. He's a writer, but also, and he's got writer's block, but also he's a Vietnam vet.
Yeah.
But also
as well.
But also he's divorced from his wife, and also his son went missing like 3 years ago.
His wife
and his aunt. His aunt died from mysterious circumstances.
And his sick wardrobe. He has sick 1985 clothes. Yeah, all of his outfits were pretty cool.
They're awesome. But no, so he moves into his aunt's house, who had just died, so he can write better, so he can focus on his writing. And he enters the house, and he starts seeing like his son in the window, and he sees his aunt like hang herself, and she's like, "The house did it." And by the way, there is no explanation to that, like her being convinced to commit suicide. Like, okay, I'm getting ahead of myself.
The house tricked her.
That's the plot to this movie.
You too, JC. It's going to trick you.
That's what she said. It's going to trick you too.
He has a neighbor played by George Wendt who is
morbidly obese. George Wendt, you can't walk around like that.
Why not? He seemed like friendly.
Because it's going to have a heart attack, and it's going to be so severe.
I think he's all right.
Won't be able to put his stint in. Is he still?
Yeah.
I think so.
And like the weird thing about his character is he just keeps intruding on this man's life, like from the start to finish.
Norm. He's just being Norm. It's just like he's just George Wendt being Norm, except in the suburbs.
He very clearly wants a friend. Like he seems like a lonely man. He wants a friend.
I've seen another 45 minutes in this movie devoted to George Wendt and his psychosis. Like maybe he's got boxes of bodies in his basement. Like if you wanted to make a really scary a remake of this, I would have Ari Aster make it, because this was a little Ari Aster coded, and George Wendt's character would be like the real fucking serial killer.
By the way, George is no longer with us. He had a heart attack last year.
Last year?
Rest in peace.
I can't believe he made it that long. God bless.
Rest in peace, big boy. But no, he
Big boy.
Big boy. No, he like his character is he keeps showing up in his house and keeps showing like he won't go away. Like that's his whole thing.
He's like, I'm here for solitude, you know.
Solitude. Yeah. Solitude. And he just keeps showing up. They have food. They eat. They eat food.
No, there's like a weird fucking scene, like when he shoots his wife, and there's no blood.
That's way after that.
Oh, okay. Like, but
yeah. But the cops show up.
Actually, meet some weird thing happens.
He like
when they first meet in the street,
he screams outside where he's outside in the street, whatever.
Yeah, he jumps out with.
He does the Vietnam.
Okay. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I'm a big fan of your book. And then he pulls out the book, but it's all loose paper.
He's like, sign this, please. Yeah, this movie is bizarre.
It's bananas.
It's
bizarre. Bananas, bro.
Yeah. So this movie is directed by Steve Miner, who I'm a fan of because he directed Friday the 13th Part 2, which is one of my favorite of that series.
And you see them all over this movie.
And I love the camera work in this movie. No, I love the way they have the opening scene with like the follow cam and like there's all kinds of like things you kind of see later in.
I would have said I like the lighting. Like I really like the high contrast lighting that Steve Miner likes to use, especially in Friday the 13th and this film. I love the high contrast backlit like lighting. I don't know if that was just like an 80s thing or that was a him thing. I think it might have been more of an 80s thing.
Yeah, I think
it's set based like the Vietnam set looks so fake. It was it looks like rubber jungle plants and shit.
And that sequence was poorly lit. Like everything in the house looks really good, but in the jungle it was very like dull and like gray. It was very clearly a set, but also it didn't look like they lit it. Like it looked very. I don't know if did you feel the same thing? It was just very underlit, very dull, very
Yeah. Oh yeah. I noticed that right away.
Yeah. Thing was ugly.
It just looks different. It looks wrong.
Very artificial.
Yeah.
Very.
Yeah. But no, I think I mean I have a lot of issues with this movie. It's weird. It's weird. I thought all the characters were very funny, like the George
were charming.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I actually like William Catt as well as this main guy. I think he's great.
And then Richard Mall, the big tall guy, he was from Night Court, and he was in a lot of.
That's right.
Very good. I think it was very good. Yeah, he was bold. I think it was Bull or some shit on Night Court. But like he was like these guys were the beloved. I feel like this was a shit script, and they took beloved TV characters and threw them in there. So the audience would be pacified.
Was the wife someone famous at the time? His wife. No, I didn't think so.
She did not give the best performance of the team.
Right? No.
In fact, like, not good.
Okay, so like that. Okay, there's a lot going on in this movie. Like, I'll say that there's a lot going on. So let's dissect the first subplot. His son goes missing. Right, so his son goes missing. We get a flashback to him and his wife. They're happy. And I think he's secateuring the bushes. His son's there, and then he looks up. He's cutting, and then he looks back, and the son's gone. She's disappeared. So he's like, what was his son's name? Like Robert or something? It was Robert.
No, Robert's the neighbor's kid that.
Oh no! Yeah. Anyway, his son's. He's like, where is he? Where is he gone? He's running around the house. He's like to his wife, "Where?"
Full panic because they can't see him for 5 seconds. Like he's never had a kid before.
He's gone. Anyway, he runs around, sees him in the pool, and then he dives into the pool, and then the son's not there anymore. And then that's the end of the flashback. Like he dives into the pool, he looks around, and he can't find his son.
And the police are like, oh, whatever. He's not in the neighborhood. Like, I guess like, he just disappeared. Like, you know.
And that's it. No search party, nothing. So then while he's writing his book, he sees his son in the window, right? And his son's like, "Dad!" And then he disappears, and he gets up, and he's like, where I saw my son. Oh no! He was watching the TV. The TV like that. His wife is starring.
A better movie.
Yeah, a better movie that his wife is starring in.
Yeah,
is playing on the TV, and he turns that off, and then he sees his son in the window, like saying "Daddy," and then he turns that off as well with the remote, and then he gets up, and then he hears noises upstairs.
He turns it off with the remote like he expects to hallucinate. He's like, "Oh, this is one of my hallucinations." So, it's not psychosis or a ghost movie. Is this happening in his head?
Is it PTSD? But we find out later that it's not. Like a fire, like there's a fire in the house, and also George Wendt sees everything in the house as well. Like
maybe he sees George Wendt seeing everything. Maybe George Wendt doesn't exist. Maybe George Wendt's not even fucking home. Maybe
this movie's smarter than me.
Maybe he's in a different state.
There's
like at that point, like what are we talking about, right?
There's a line.
Dream. It was all a dream.
I don't remember if it's
Field magazine
when he first started watching the show with his wife. But there's a scene where it's his wife and some random dude in the scene. And she says some line, whatever, and then the guy goes, "I'm not going to explain why I was a male prostitute for so long."
Right? I'm like, watch that movie.
Yeah. Let's get into that.
A couple times what they were watching on TV was better.
Yeah. So this movie, because guys, like movies are often about things, right?
Yes.
They're about things. They have ideas that they're trying to convey, right?
Yeah.
This movie. What is this movie about?
It's about if your buddy's gonna get taken by the enemy, you gotta
just shoot him,
put him out of his misery because you're gonna get tortured. Mm-hmm. That's what he was trying to tell everyone. You can't let the buddy hanging. You got to do the deed.
Right.
It's Old Yeller. It's the same story. It's the same moral as Old Yeller.
But what does that have anything to do with his aunt committing suicide and like that whole thing and how the
house
tricked his aunt, and they're gonna.
But what's that got to do with with Vietnam? And then what's that got to do with him losing his son?
Because Vietnam we were lied into Vietnam. JC.
It's a means
like that was his Gulf of Tonkin. Like you know what I'm saying? Like that house is like playing Gulf of Tonkin on William Katz's character.
Yeah,
right. It's like a false flag.
What's the name of the guy that directed this? Stephen what?
Steve Miner.
Steve Miner.
Steve cocaine for all of the 80s or just during the period that he
Steve Miner. I just want to let you know, sir, if you're listening to this, because I know you are, that you have a very strong case for plagiarism with the TV show called Pluribus, because it rips off a specific scene directly from this movie, and it drove me crazy.
What year was Pluribus made?
Pluribus was like a couple years ago.
Oh, so Pluribus you're in this movie.
Yeah, he's making it funny, Prag. He's making it funny.
It's the exact same scene.
You're saying that Steve Miner stole it from Pluribus.
No. Pluribus.
I thought that was
Vince Gilligan stole it from Steve Miner.
Vince Gilligan. So you got a word to say from Vince Gilligan.
It's his whole career from this movie.
There's a scene where Roger is signing all the books. And there's a whole lot of people that's exact scene where
the opening from Pluribus. Yeah. But that's
B for me. It's so crazy.
I feel like that's a common thing though,
which is sad.
Yeah, when that was funny. Like when all the
I'm like, this is gonna be funny and cute, and then we never got that again.
He didn't like. I mean, again, it mirrored the exact same thing for us. They didn't like their fans, and then they even said the same thing. They turned to the manager like, "Who are these people?
Like, who are these people? They're your fans, right? Yeah.
And what's the next thing you work on?" And they said it, and it was like, "Oh,
that's exactly what I wanted. Literally, yeah. Because she wants to make a serious book that's about her. No, 100%. No, I didn't even.
That's weird.
I didn't even think about that. I think while I was watching it, I was sitting there like, this reminds me of something.
It was super.
It didn't click that it was.
It could be a trope. I've only seen it twice. It could be a trope though. You know,
it could be a trope. Yeah. I'm trying to think of other movies. I swear there's like Valentine's Day or something has one of like the small stories in that movie. There's a writer who has a scene like I can't remember though. But I think that's pretty common. But no, I think my biggest issue with this movie is it starts off and I'm like, okay, so this is a ghost movie, right? Like,
is it though? It's a psychosis movie.
Well, it's a psychosis movie, but then it's a haunted house movie.
His wife. He shoots his ex-wife in the stomach, and like he never mourns it. He never questions. Like he doesn't. Yeah, but how does he know? Because she
put her in the closet.
He sees her in two different. Right, and then like it's real when she's dead on the fucking porch, and there's
who was
everywhere.
Is it the house like making it look like it's his wife? Yeah. Like the house is evil?
No, nobody's doing anything to him. He's literally killed his real ex-wife.
No, at the end, the wife shows up.
That's another hallucination. She's not dead at the end. Yeah,
this movie's not that smart. It's not that smart.
I know it could be though, right?
To me, it feels like this movie was like 5 different scripts, like that they like 5 different ideas that they had, and then they just like mashed them all together into one and said, let's make this. We got like $100,000 after we made.
The same thing to me is everyone agreed this was a good movie in 1985, and nobody said. Roger, I guarantee you, if we looked up, I don't know, I'm not gonna like. I would bet that Roger Ebert gave this a good review, and now I'm looking back and I'm like, what the fuck else was a fucking lie about, you know? But because like even
here's the thing,
puppets in this movie were fucking Garfield to Tarf, right?
This is so this movie, what was I going to say? This movie, I noticed it's directed by Steve Miner, but it was also produced by Sean S. Cunningham, who made the first. No, Friday the 13th. He directed the first Friday the 13th. Yeah. So they're obviously friends. It's the same team.
Do you think
so
he took that money and put it into this?
To this, and then
he made a lot of money off this, probably.
Did this movie make a lot of money? It did.
JC.
This budget hit. This movie had a budget of $3 million. It made $22.1 million,
and it was a long VHS. And then
there is a house too.
Maybe the bad one. JC, people walk around saying, "Oh, House was great, but don't see House 2," because that's. I'm like, I have to see House 2 now because like if that was bad, how fucking bad could House 2 be? I gotta see it. And House 3, we're coming for you.
So it looks like Roger Ebert didn't review this movie, but he reviewed the trailer. House. No, it says House is he reviewed the Criterion Collection.
Yeah, it's the house we watched last week. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
Are you sure?
Yeah,
because that house has a Criterion Collection. This one does not. Absolutely,
we never have a Criterion.
No.
I'm going to tell you the collection
movie.
Please don't.
No collection. What's Roger Ebert's post 2022?
I'm sure he didn't.
No, he definitely did direct. He didn't review this. He definitely didn't.
At the movies with Gene Siskel, they didn't they always review the top movies of the week. That's crazy.
No, they didn't. It looks like that's crazy. Okay. No, they didn't.
Well,
they didn't.
I'm telling you that nobody said people remembered this movie nostalgically, but I think they probably saw this is the other thing. Most people didn't have VCRs in 1985. You might have seen this in the movies, and then that's it. And there was a lot of movies like that. And if it caught you when you were 11, you probably thought it was okay.
Because I'm thinking about this movie, I can imagine being a kid and watching this movie and being like, "Oh, this movie was scary when I was a kid," and like seeing it on TV or something. Like this guy, like the design of this guy is so like it's like Jumanji coded, like the way that everything's designed in this movie.
The
last guy, the zombie Ben. Yeah. I thought he looked really good. His animatronic too, and the mouth, like the way his mouth moves, was really cool. It was very Jumanji. Like that's what
I thought they had the shears and the tools from the garden, the floating. You know how they did that was pretty cool.
It was cool. Yeah,
I mean because they really couldn't do much with it because it was only on screen for 3 seconds to hide the effect. But I wonder how they did that exactly because there's no, there's obviously
strings,
some sort of overlays. a lot of strings. It must be like
fishing
puppet,
wire.
puppet levels, puppetry strings. Yeah.
You pointed out the how this movie was like. It seemed like a bunch of different people writing the different scripts or whatever it was. To me, it felt like when I know a bunch of different anime do it, but like I think one of the Dragon Ball movies, they made a movie of Dragon Ball Super, and then later they released it on TV or whatever, but they cut it into 4 episodes. So I feel like that's what this was, but they made episode 1 with one creative team and then took a long break, and they made a second episode and took a long break, so they didn't remember what was happening in each section.
Yeah, because this movie starts off like a typical haunted house, right?
Yeah.
You see ghosts and you see the lady like hang herself, and they're like the sun's in the window, and then it switches to like a trolls critters sort of movie where there's the weird monsters, and like they pull the kid up the chimney, and then it
Robert,
how good was that?
Oh,
Yeah,
Robert's dog.
they're like a little. Yeah, they're like
the scene when he takes it to the bathroom that he reaches under his groin area. Have you seen, like, I
don't notice thinking. Like, yeah, the kids, you talk about even the kids in the bath, and
no. When he's the first time the Robert has the claw from his ex-wife on his back.
Oh yes.
The mother is oblivious because she wants to just get out of there. And
he picks him up from under. Like he picks him up from
right, and then he's in the back. He's like, "Quiet, Robert, quiet." And he's pulling the head, and he's like, "Ah," and then the mother's like, Roger, like she's all fucked up. Like, and finally, it's like, what happened? Oh, he just had to go to the bathroom. I'm like, what the fuck? It was so fucking crazy.
That's crazy.
And and you were just mentioning, like,
nobody thought that was a thing back then. They were like, oh yeah, that's what happens.
So, like, you mentioned, Time, how you felt like one part was filmed at one point, and then there's a huge gap, and then the next one, like. And that's also I get that feeling also because like William Cat at the start of the movie, he's such a chill, cool cat sort of like character, and then like immediately a scene later, he's like losing it, and he's
a monster. He's a monster,
and he runs down the stairs. He's wearing like the Vietnam gear, and he runs out and goes like, and I'm like,
he's the most
what is he doing
character in cinema? He is like American Psycho. He's got all the same effects. Right, the same outfit, and he's murdering people.
But also, explain to me. Go time.
Oh, okay. He's fine, and then creepy stuff starts happening to him, and he's still kind of fine. But then when he starts setting up the whole thing, where he's going to try to catch whoever's coming out of that door with all the cameras, he just dresses in like his camouflage, and he just stays in that the entire movie.
Oh, Roger, he's crazy. He's the villain. None of that anything else is not happening. Only the victims, and the other villain is the lady who lives next door, Tanya, who just like doesn't.
Oh yeah, she appeared.
It's just like she's the most.
Explain to me. Okay, when he's setting up all the cameras, he turns the lights on. He hasn't actually turned on the cameras yet. Why does he do that? Like, what was he doing when he runs downstairs and then he comes out and he like does that? Like he's in Platoon.
I think
why does he do
them? But then he freaks out or something. I don't know.
But it's like it was almost like he was rehearsing what he was going to do. But why would he do that?
Why would a soldier do that? That's not what anyone does.
It was like a comedy skit.
It's supposed to be funny. You're supposed to be, and I guarantee you, JC, the people in 1985 were probably rolling in the fucking aisles.
They're like, this is hilarious, because I was watching it going, this doesn't match what was previously in the movie at all.
Everyone's very, very.
I love George Wendt in this movie. Like I think he's the best part of this movie. Like he just like rolls with the punches every time. Like William. Like
showed up, he goes, was you guys coming for coffee? And George Wendt pops head up.
I'd love a coffee. Like he comes in,
classic.
But I also love whenever like William was like explaining all the supernatural stuff. He just like nodded and went like, "Oh yeah, yeah, man." Yeah. Like we all go through crazy stuff, you know. Like he's so reasonable.
Alcoholic.
He wants more beer and he wants a friend. He clearly wants a friend.
He wants to watch TV with someone at night, but he doesn't really do the emotional maintenance.
But then he also does like But then he also does the weird stalkerish thing where he finds out what
Yeah.
his wife's number is and then calls his wife.
Oh yeah.
And
So
just
look,
the whole story to this strange man that just cold called me.
Yeah,
Because he's like, let me tell you everything, neighbor.
Yeah, because like that's the thing. Because this movie, like, I feel like this movie is about like four things. Like, it's about PTSD. A guy, he's a Vietnam soldier. It's about PTSD. But then there's also it's about a guy who's grieving the loss of his son. It's about a writer who has writer's block, and he's trying to gain his writer's back. But it's also about a guy that has like a community that like suffocates him. Like George Wendt comes in and he like suffocates him. But then also Tonya is like suffocating him as well. Like she's in his pool.
Tonya
and she
is
shows
in
his house.
This close
Like
to his
this.
nose the first time they meet.
Yeah,
She's like,
the
"Oh,
cops
hi, I'm
come
Tonya.
in.
My neighbor used to let me swim in your pool."
Yeah,
you know,
the cops come in and they're snooping around and they're like asking him all these questions. Like, what is this? Why is this movie suddenly about like claustrophobia?
paranoid.
But then,
because he's cocaine, whoever wrote it, and they're paranoid, and they probably that's the psychosis manifesting.
do you feel like they had all of those emotions and they had to put it all into this film like in one go? Like they lost their son and they lost their creative flair and they have PTSD
I think
from the
thought they were just being funny, JC. That's the sad part. I wish that they were sitting down and saying, "Oh, I'm going to weave into this a real personal story about mental health and like no, they probably back then, if you were having a mental health issue, you were crazy and it was hilarious.
But none of it connected.
Torture you in an asylum. No, I mean, these are people who had 3 channels, who probably read 4 books in their entire life and read the newspaper every day, and that's about it.
Yeah, like I didn't understand the rules of this. Like he ends up going to the sunken place. Like I actually really liked that practical effect when he like where there's the mirror on the window, like the mirror in the bathroom, and it's a real mirror, and then he opens it. And then he closes it and he smashes the mirror, and then it's a black void. And then he throws like a cup through it and it falls down. And it's like,
cool.
Like, how did they do that in camera? That was really, really creative. Like, because he opens it and it's like.
Don't you think they did that on? Like, I feel like they did that on a soundstage, and they probably just built a black void with the camera. Like they built, like you have the house that's this on the stage, right? All built, right? And so, on next to it, they probably built another small building with the camera, like because I don't think they could do it. And they filmed it.
I get
it looks like a black paint with like outside glass.
Yeah, but he drops a cup inside. Like he reaches in and drops a cup. But like, so he
that's why they built the whole room.
Yeah, so he opens the mirror and there's like the medicine cabinet behind it, and then he closes it and then he smashes the mirror and then there's a black void and he drops a cup through it. It's like very clever, like however they did it. I get the feeling that
no one will ever know how they did it.
Yeah, and there's a window next to them, so there's not like a thing sliding back and forth. So because
they have that thing where he goes out and he looks out, but
and he knocks.
I think a combination of camera tricks and.
But it is all in one shot. I thought it was very well done.
But obviously not with any sort of effects like they would use. Obviously there's no computer, like there's very, very limited like overlays and like camera effects like that.
And like the practical effects are really cool. I just think this movie's a mess. Like I just have no idea what it was going for.
Puppets are cool, and some of them just look too rubbery.
Yeah, they look like you didn't seem like Troll 2. Like, oh my god! You seen that movie?
Yes.
The really bad Troll movie. They're gonna eat her, and then they're gonna eat me.
Oh, that's right.
Oh my god! That's what the creature effects in this kind of look like. I think the best practical effect is Ben, is this guy. But
yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
that's a really cool costume, and that's probably how they sold the movie. I feel like, and then they added some other shit, and then the hand coming from out of the closet was cool too.
Yeah,
to a certain extent, but then they kind of overdid like the tentacles were kind of.
They showed too much of it. Yeah, like the first time it shows up, I'm like, oh, that's actually kind of scary.
They needed mist. Like usually, like what they do in Alien is they hide the limitations with lighting, the darkness, the flashing, the strobe light stuff that they have is great, and the mist and all that. And that's how you sell it. And like I think about a movie like Poltergeist that was kind of made during the same era, sold much.
That's what I was thinking. Yeah, this movie felt like a cheap version of Poltergeist. I would say, like a
reaction.
Poltergeist. Yeah, but the Poltergeist also does like the floating stuff that this movie does.
Carol, go to the light.
But like Poltergeist does some really impressive camera stuff, like the scene where like all the chairs are on the under the table, and then the camera pans to the left and then pans to the right again. Then all the chairs are on the table very quickly. It's very clever. But yeah, and that's kind of what I was saying with this movie is like they do some clever in-camera stuff that I wasn't expecting. But no,
I agree. I enjoyed a lot some of the shots that he was taking.
I hated every single time they went to Vietnam. Every time there was like a Vietnam flashback, it was shit.
And that's too bad because the performance by Richard Mall was pretty good, but it looked so. The guy, this guy behind you, yeah,
he was funny. Like he was like his mouth was pursed and stuff.
He had made the most of his character.
But also, just I felt like the Vietnam sequences just like changed the vibe of the film. I was like, what are we doing? Like, why are we doing this? Is a haunted house movie. Why are we in Vietnam?
Rambo was a big hit the year before too, like 1984.
Platoon as well.
Like, there's a lot of Vietnam movies that were popping. Like, oh, we got to throw some Vietnam stuff in here. That'll be perfect for the box office.
When did Platoon come out? Because that was a big one as well. All of a sudden,
very close, like 86, right around
86, which is weird because
Born on the 4th of July was around here too. There was a lot of movies.
But like
the Deer Hunter came out 70s.
Platoon came out after 1985, after this movie. But like when he like ran out the front door and then like slid on his knees and did that, I thought that was a Platoon reference, but it's not because this movie came out before Platoon.
Yeah.
Isn't that weird? It's bizarre. Anyway,
I don't understand what the point was either. There's a lot of those.
Yeah, there's just a lot of stuff in this movie, like, and none of it connects. He says,
"I'm your biggest fan." And guess what? I've been carrying the pages of your novel, but not connected all together in my pants. And like, I didn't think I was going to meet you today. There was no chance he was going to meet the author of the loose leaf. This pants while he's watering.
Yeah.
Like, why are you carrying it with you? And he's like, "Can you sign this?" And like, people are like, not thinking about like any of it.
Also, why was his son in a cage in the Vietnam jungle?
Because his friend from Vietnam was torturing him for years in a POW style, just like he was tortured.
In this house?
And that's why this... No, in the house, but in an alternate dimension, of course, JC, in a hell zone where you can torture children Vietnam style.
Right.
Like, it's the craziest thing, how they, like one of the faux pas is like the endangerment of children in this movie. It's the fucking pop.
Every time you say Vietnam style, it just reminds me of like a way to order something in and out.
Like, Whopper Vietnamese style. Come on down to Burger King. We're having Whoppers Vietnam style all week. It comes with gravy and chips, and I give it 4.5.
It's got your banh mi. It's got your crackling pork.
It's a beautiful corn meat. It's a Whopper burger.
It's got your pate at the bottom.
I took the base off. I don't like it. It's too spicy.
But also, like, and so at the start of the movie, he walks into the house and, like, he sees his, like, ghost aunt, and she hangs herself and then disappears. But before she hangs herself, she says, "The house made me do it." Is there any explanation
to do it? No, she says, "It made me do it." And he goes, "What?" It's supposed to be a mystery still, because our little 1985 minds probably didn't even connect the dots at that point. And we were like, "Oh my God, what is it?"
Is there any explanation for that? Like, was it Ben that told her to commit suicide? Like, how did the house make it? Like, it just doesn't come up again. Like, it happens
because the house knew she was powerful, It's kind of like Blanche in House 1977, the prequel, because they knew how powerful Blanche was, and like they knew the old lady was powerful, and so like Richard Mull's character had to neutralize her through the art of deception, and that's what House does.
Yeah. Also, were they living like so when the sun disappeared?
Like, is he the house? Is he just acting through the house, or is the house its own thing?
So yeah, I don't know. And when the sun disappeared,
should have been called whatever Richard Mull's character's name instead of House.
When the sun disappeared, were they living there, or were they just visiting their aunt? Were they like
when
were
the
they
sun
living
disappeared?
At that? When the sun disappeared, were they just visiting? Because if they were living there,
oh, actually, maybe
yeah.
Maybe
I feel like yeah.
Then like no other weird haunted stuff was happening besides the sun disappearing. Like, the zombies didn't show up until later.
In that scene when the cops show up in the past, with
the aunt says it's haunted.
Yeah, she says haunted, but she also like I'm pretty sure Roger's character says something like, "Oh, she's always going off about the house, this and that, whatever." So it's like, okay, there's things that are happening about the house.
Yeah, but they didn't notice it.
It didn't go into it.
Yeah. So I guess they weren't living there. Maybe they weren't living there, but he grew up there.
There's something that I think we're ignoring, and I think the movie forgot about it.
Okay.
Because I thought we were barreling right for it, and it just ends, and it just ends with like the classic '80s freeze frame.
Yeah. He's smiling. He's happy.
Yeah. Ecstatic.
Didn't need a montage.
He's ecstatic.
But I appreciated every goddamn minute of it.
Yeah. Which montage are we referring to?
When he kills the monster ex-wife, and then he goes, he chops her head off, and then he goes to bury her. There's an entire song that's played.
Set to like happy music.
Oh yeah,
it's bizarre. And he cuts her up as well.
So good.
And that
what was that song? Oh, like you're no good, you're no good, you're no good, baby, you're no good. And like everyone was probably like just popping their collars in the aisle. They're like, "Yeah, this makes sense. Yeah, it's just the dumb lady. She came over at the wrong time."
But the thing about this movie that I feel like they just forgot to throw it in at the end, which I think would have been. It makes sense. Is you have Roger. He's making. I'm assuming he's making horror books. I think that's what it seemed like he was making.
Yeah. That's what they said.
His next book is going to be about Vietnam, his personal story. I feel like the entire movie was towards the end. He's going to make a new horror Vietnam movie about the house. Because all the stuff he's learning, all the stuff that he had to defeat the guys and all these things. I feel like he was in a right about that because he never really could like get going. And this was the new book. This is where I felt like it was heading. But then they never get to that point. Like they never go, oh, and then I wrote this book, and then they show him, like a good ending would be him sliding the book forward on a table, and it says "House" by Roger, whatever, and it just looks up and freeze frames.
Yeah, or when George went. So when George went, or what's his name, Harold? Like he's the main guy. He's describing to him like what's been happening, and then Harold goes, "This sounds like something from one of your books."
Yeah,
I thought like later we're going to find out everything he's writing is what's happening in the house. Like he's writing it, and then it happens in the house, and then we find out. Oh, so he's been writing all this stuff.
Stephen King,
is that a Stephen King thing?
Book?
Yeah,
Isn't there like a movie like that?
Is that Johnny Depp movie?
What?
Johnny Depp, right?
Yeah. Secret Window, is that the one?
Some shit.
With John Turturro on it,
Yeah. Anyway, no, it doesn't do that at all. Nothing, nothing makes sense. His wife comes home, but it's not a dream, right? Because the house is on fire. Everyone sees, Harold sees it. His wife shows up.
Everyone there?
Is it in their head? In his head? I don't know. This movie isn't smart enough to answer that.
It's physically and runs.
Yes,
I think it's just Robert. The only character who's real in this movie is Robert, who's the child of Tanya, and he is.
It's all in his head.
COVID, and he's got malaria, and he's in a fever dream, and he's like screaming this horrible dream. And because that's why the only reason all these horrible Muppets would be in this movie, and this one looks like BMXers too. And I don't.
There's an extra layer of this. that I want to bring up real quick. So let's flash backwards to 1990s era,
Mm-hmm.
and you got little baby time, and little sister time, and then dad, and we're making our weekly trip to the movie store, go peruse the VHS tapes, me running over there trying to figure out what video game I can rent. Can never get anything, can never find anything I want. And my dad, every week, he gets us a movie to watch. But of course, we can't pick the movie. He has to pick the movie. And because like we have all these movies that we watch, but he's like, let's watch different movies. So one of the movies he picks that I remember very vividly is I remember seeing House 2. When this movie started, the more that got revealed about this movie, I said, I've seen this movie. I saw this movie when I was a child. And I think
you saw this movie.
I think this is baby's first horror movie. I think it has a lot of horror elements. Actually, a lot of horror elements. It's got comedy. I think this is a pretty decent like introduction into horror for like a young
Goosebumps.
Yeah,
I think it's better though.
Crazy. Really?
I think there's better ones. So like Gremlins. Like I think Gremlins is way better.
That's almost get to okay.
Yeah.
Definitely a baby.
Yeah, but Gremlins, I feel like is more tailored towards children, and this one I don't think it is.
You don't think it is?
I don't think so.
I don't know. This movie felt. I mean, there is a little bit.
I thought when I was 12 and it smacked, so maybe it was headed towards 12-year-olds.
There was blood and stuff when the mom gets shot. Is there swearing?
Really? No, I mean, you shoot somebody with a shotgun, and there would be blood everywhere in the foyer, and like, there's not a drop. There's not a drop.
I expected the army buddy, like his friend, to just be cussing up a storm when he was like the demon, but he never said anything, And I was like, all right, whatever.
No, it was. Yeah,
I think it might be like a maybe 12-year-olds, maybe.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't know who this movie's for. To be honest,
Tanya never took you seriously.
I love the practical effects of Jesus Christ. I love the practical effects of this movie like a lot. They still hold up. These kind of practical effects are so charming. I did get a weird pit in my stomach in that scene where he's in that other dimension, in that void, and he's just hanging there, and the little bat demon thing is like flying around him.
The stop motion one.
Yeah, I got a pit in my stomach because it reminded me when I was a kid and I was watching it, and that was terrifying to me. Just like the emptiness of like just a black hole, and this dude just hanging in there, and something just attacking him, and like all the feelings kept coming back, and I was like, oh my god, I'm terrified again.
I remember.
I love when the gargoyle cocks the gun, like goes.
I was like, when that happened, someone had to animate that, and that is so badass.
Yeah. I mean, there's things I like about this movie. I just think the whole story, like it
has some charm to it.
Yeah, it has charm. I just felt like I was like, what's going on? I don't really. I didn't gravitate towards it because I felt like I was just like it felt like random crap thrown at a screen.
It would start getting started. It would start going good in a right direction, and like there was something charming that would happen, and there would be and then they would have a terrible joke, or just it would just fall flat, and you would lose the momentum.
Yeah. But it's interesting that you figured out that you'd actually seen it. I think that's funny.
Like more and more got revealed, and I go, I remember that.
So you've seen the second one as well? You said you saw House 2.
Second one's better.
Okay. Second one's better.
Yeah. It's not a horror movie though, but it's better.
Okay. But no, I think there was a few moments where I was like, "Oh, that's jumpy." That got a jolt out of me. But overall, this movie's just silly, and I just didn't really get it. I didn't really get
it's a baby movie, and I'm not a baby.
Yeah.
Well, now.
Yeah. But like there's movies in this vein. Like I think Jumanji's in this vein. It's less scary, but like Jumanji's in this vein. I think
a fun family movie.
Way better story.
Jumanji's fantastic. Yeah.
It's like a fun movie you bring your kids to.
Yeah.
Like mom's not gonna freak out if you bring your kids, and then it's like a little dangerous. Like this movie was super fucking dangerous to an 11-year-old in 1985. Like there was no other. They were not showing shit like this. Especially like the jump scare with the closet that pops open with that.
Oh yeah,
that was a real thrill for me.
I have this question though. I'd like to throw at you guys. Speaking of throwing, when he was trying to arm himself, when he's exploring the house, and he had he came across like the axe and then all those other things, and they all started levitating and started attacking him. You know, and he's like running
Mhm.
away from him. Obviously, it's supposed to be like a scary thing, but it's not scary. So I thought,
Mhm.
how do you make that scene scary? Like, how do you make it not comical? Is it just because of how it looks in that time frame?
I think cut his nards off. Half a testicle get lopped off. I don't know.
I mean,
it has to like hit him.
Yeah.
Wasn't there stuff in the Evil
Rami
Dead
would
we
have
just
had
saw
him
recently?
Yeah.
Like, I feel like if you'd shot it the way that movie did, like, I think you could have done
should
scary
balls to the
stuff.
wall. Yeah.
Yeah,
I feel like
I
this
think
was
Evil Dead
a
Rise
very
has some
light,
stuff as well.
Yeah.
Raimi stuff in this one too.
Yeah.
Raimi light.
Yeah.
But Raimi, I think Raimi does a way better job. Yeah, like I think.
Can we call it Baby Raimi? Is it a new subgenre? Baby Raimi.
I guess my big question is, like, Friday the 13th and Part 2 were a huge success. So you have all this money, you have this money pooled together, and this is what they pour it into. Like, this is what Sean S. Cunningham and Steve Miner, like, poured it into, is this movie. And you can tell, like, I just think it's a weird choice, like a weird script. They didn't put more than, like, a few hours into the script, maybe like, you know.
And that's why I want
to over.
I'll tell you what, this is an evidence that progression and the evolution of civilization occurs, because this was state of the art comedy, drama, horror in 1985, and now we laugh at it. Why? Because we've all evolved intellectually and artistically as a, like, our standards have changed, and like you see that, but like there's always outliers in everything that are beyond their time, like from the 70s, 60s, and 40s. But if you look like an average movie from 77 that was a hit, that was a comedy, it's going to be just as fucking
silly. Yeah,
but it's just like, you know,
because the outliers are movies that made a huge splash, you know, like Texas Chainsaw Massacre, like The Exorcist, like and then these are kind of like on the way. So these are the movies that were a hit but have kind of fallen out of grace. Like, you don't really remember them. Like, you didn't even remember that you'd seen it until you watched it. Like, I think there's like horror movies that like stand up and stand the test of time, and then there's movies like this that kind of, you know, they get forgotten about.
They were there,
they were there, and they're like not held up anymore. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like that's what this movie is. It's one of those. It's not like Black Christmas, which is.
And I bet if you looked up, like, if you looked up, like, there's probably house heads out here. There's probably people from my age who still fuck with this movie. And I would love to look at some of those. I'm gonna look at some YouTube videos later. I hope to find some people who are like, this movie. Listen, I saw this movie. This is the best movie. It's so funny.
This movie's underrated, and I'm like, I wouldn't say it's underrated.
And I would love to have them sell me on it more, but
like,
I saw as it was.
I saw the Rotten Tomatoes reviews, like 49%, and then like,
okay, good.
Yeah, on Letterboxd, I think I got a 3 out of 5. I'm like, that seems about right to me. I was watching the movie, I was like, maybe this is an underrated gem, but after it finished, I was like, that's fair. I think everyone's got it right on this one. I don't think it's underrated, but yeah. No. Do we want to get to final thoughts? I think I've gone over everything I wanted to talk about. Yeah. Also, the last thing I want to speak, I actually really love the music in this movie. I think Harry Manfredini, who does all the Friday the 13th music. I like the music.
There's like a reoccurring theme that kept playing. I liked it a lot.
Yeah. The score is really good. I love his use of strings.
And then the outside music was good too. You know, you could tell that they were pushing the OST soundtrack on fucking Brothers Records or whatever. But like that's probably why I feel like the studio made them put the "You're no good, you're no good" song to sell the fucking tape.
That reminded me of like It Chapter 2 when they were trying to make it funny. So they'd have a scene that's meant to be horrific, and then they just throw a random song over it. And then it becomes a comedy scene. It Chapter 2 was a terrible movie. Don't see it. But there's just like there's meant to be a scene that was clearly shot as a horror scene. It's meant to be scary. But then, like, the studios come in and they've just put a song over it for like 5 seconds to make it funny, and it's like ridiculous. But yeah, that's what that felt like in this movie. It's just like, why did we have this in here? But anyway, I'll start. I didn't love this movie. I thought it was there's like charming stuff about it that I do appreciate. I love all the practical effects. I love I think the camera work's pretty solid. I love the lighting, except in the Vietnam sequences. I hated the Vietnam sequences. I like all the character. I like George Wendt. I think my main issue with the movie is that I just didn't grasp what it was going for. It just seemed like a hodgepodge of stuff that didn't really land. And just like too many plot threads, too many like subplots that didn't go anywhere. Like the stuff with his aunt didn't go anywhere. Like it's just bizarre. I didn't understand like what the movie was trying to do or say or anything really. It just like it felt like throwing shit at a wall and seeing what sticks. And some of it does, some of it doesn't. I think George Wendt's great, but overall, probably give it like a 55. I reckon out of 100. Yeah.
All right. Yeah, we've said it a couple times. I think this movie has a decent amount of charm to it, with the glaring holes in the plot and the explanation of some of the lore revolving around the house. I do think this is one of those movies where you kind of just put it on and don't expect much and just kind of go with where the visuals take you, which it can help and hurt some movies. I think this definitely hurts the movie. But again, visually, I think it's pretty cool looking, the monsters and stuff. Whatever that weird monster he fights at the end, like a tree, whatever. That's pretty cool looking. And then Ben's cool. Ben's super cool. Yeah, it's. I remember liking this movie as a kid, just because it was different and I'd never seen anything like this. It doesn't hold up for me. I did think it was interesting to revisit, but it's not something I'm gonna remember. Like you alluded to earlier, or mentioned earlier about the whole, there's all these horror movies that push, the horror genre forward, or they do different things, or they expand on stuff, whatever it is. And not every movie needs to do that. This one didn't do anything. It just was horror comedy, which is its own thing, I guess. But it didn't. It just. It has an identity, but it doesn't. It was like it didn't really. It didn't achieve 100% what it was doing. I don't think. And I think that hurt it a little bit. So I'm going to give it a 50 also.
This
55 and 50.
50.
Nice.
This was. It feels like this was a creep show episode that spun out of control when they got a bigger puppet budget or something. There's some interesting puppets in this. The jokes are legitimately terrible, and I don't know why that is. And like even the charmingness of William Katz and George Wendt, who are great in the scenes that they're just like bantering. Like that, like they're very great. They're very good actors in this, and like it just like felt like they didn't give them anything to fucking say that was clever or interesting ever. And there's just like so many weird, like it almost felt almost as obtuse as House 1977 because of all of the incongruous events that would occur, and
but
like
not in a good way.
And like I just keep thinking about the microwave with the Hungry Man dinner. The director made the choice to know, like everyone knows that's not how you make Hungry Man dinner. Even in 1985, we all know. So is that funny? Is that like because like you expect him to take it out of the box and put in the right number, but because he does it, surprise, it's hilarious. No, I don't know, fucking know. It may have worked back then. It doesn't work now. A lot of the people in this movie went on to do better things, like William Katz. I think he did a show called The Greatest American Hero, which is a fire show. And he's a very good actor. And I don't know, man. It's like I thought Richard Moll was amazing in this too. And like he got the best out of it. I feel like a lot of talented people and beautiful sets. All the money, I feel like I know the budget was what it was, but like great, you have all these great cameras and you have this fucking beautiful set and you have the puppets are there and the puppeteers and you can make anything and this is what you fucking make. And I blame the writer and like the people who said that's not funny Gary? Like, what do you mean he brings Robert into the bathroom and he cups him in the crotch and pretends to pull the hand? Like, is there any way we could tell this story in a way that people would fucking see as not like threatening in 2026? And like, there's just like, I don't know, man. Like, even the scene where George went is like, he's holding it. It's the classic scene where he's like, "Oh, don't drop me! Like, you hold on to me." And like, it's just like, we all know he's gonna say something silly, like, I would never let go of you," and then immediately let go of him. And like, okay, it's just like, fucking, and like, I guess that was the best they could do back then. I give the movie like, even nostalgia couldn't save this movie for me. I give it a 27, and it's a resentful 27.
Ooh. I want to mention. So the writer of this, so the story of this movie was written by Fred Decker, who wrote Night of the Creeps and Monster Squad, which I think are held in pretty high regard. But it was written. The actual script was written by Ethan Wiley, who has written barely anything. Like, he wrote House, and then House 2, and then Children of the Corn 5. He was worked as a special effects artist and puppeteer on Return of the Jedi and Gremlins and Romancing the Stone. So it's obviously a guy that like this movie was obviously written by a guy that does special effects and stuff, but like kind of thought he could take a stab at writing, and like has rejigged like Fred Decker's
I feel like Sean Cunningham made money from first Friday the 13th, and he's like, he knew the puppet guy, and he's like, he had a script, and he's like, well, shit, I have the money, and this is the joke's on us because it quadrupled its money, right? And it set them all up to continue to be successful. So I don't know.
The budget was $2 million, and it made $33 million, so it's like 15 times its budget. So I wonder where that money went, whether it went back into Friday the 13th, or if it went into just Sean S. Cunningham's pocket to play golf, or like what. So I don't know, Jason. It is interesting. Who was the studio that made this movie?
I mean, I feel like it was a major studio. I remember seeing this movie in like the mall, it was like a big, widely distributed movie.
New World Pictures.
They did like Elm Street, and like it was like a mid-major. I feel like it was a movie studio that was like making these type of shit movies that went over big with large audiences, like Canon Films, which is
you're 100% right. It was co-founded by B movie director Roger Corman. That's the studio. Yeah, that makes sense.
Roger Corman knew how to make money.
But I mean, Roger Corman launched so many like talented filmmakers' careers, like Jonathan Demme, Ron Howard, Joe Dante. Like he's
Joe Dante.
Yeah,
a lot out of. He knew how to make the most out of minimum. Input.
New World also released like foreign films by Ingmar Bergman, Federico Fellini, Akira Kurosawa. Like
mostly a distributor. I don't know how much of a studio they are. Is more like of a distributor. Studio.
But it was like it did produce this movie. It did produce.
But wherever they did the soundstage, this soundstage felt like a big time, right? That whole house was all soundstage. Like that's all wired to make a film, right? Like that's a really nice set.
Also, did you notice they did so many establishing shots of the house, and they used the same shot every time? Of the camera panning around the house. Like one time they had it going this way, and the other time they just reversed the footage.
Tracks?
So it was like panning around the other way. Yeah. So like did you know they did it like 7 times? The establishing shot of the house where it's like dark outside and the lights are through the windows, and they like the camera's panning around like this. And then they just reversed the footage for the next establishing shot. And then they reversed it again.
I don't know if you know, in the beginning they had that weird color. He had the inverse color effect in the beginning.
Yeah.
Did you notice
what was that about?
And that was awesome. And I'm like, oh my God, I hope there's more of that. And then that went away immediately.
When I downloaded the movie, I thought I got the wrong copy. Like I thought I'd gotten a copy that had inverted colors for some reason. And I was like, is this... No, okay, this is intended for the movie, but they never did it again. Never played into anything.
That's to tell you, that's the clue that this is all happening in Pal World, dog.
Yeah. Did you see Pal World's getting a official release finally? It's no longer in beta. They have a release.
Early access, really?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. They announced it at Summer Games Fest. Wolf Among Us 2 is finally coming out.
Saw that remaster, But who cares?
They're getting a remaster
Because Ocarina of Time remake.
Is that happening?
Yes.
Is that happening?
Yes.
You guys are not real ones. Like the only fans of video games are only excited about 2 games: Persona 6 and Persona 4 remaster.
Persona 6. Persona 4 is one of my favorite games of all time. I love that game.
Of course it is.
Don't care. Fable.
Oh,
Fable 2027.
No idea.
It's really good.
It depends. Like is the combat
really
like this? The thing I always feel about RPGs, you're grinding, so the grind has to be good, right? Because you're gonna kill a lot of the same. You're gonna be doing a lot of like combat shit, and like if the combat's fire, then the game's fire, and like everything else is kind of like, come on.
Well, the stuff in Fable that I'm excited about is the interactivity, and the moral system that they've got going on. Like it seems like
I hope that's cool.
Each individual person in the world apparently has their own moral system, and so the way that when you do something, they react to it, and then that changes how
I think that's
you
cool.
interact with them. And I'm hoping that it's sophisticated. Yeah, I hope it's really sophisticated.
That would be amazing if it really did, because if you had really significant replayability, meaning that the story actually totally diverts in a way that you can't replicate every time you replay it, that would be fire. Because and then
fingers crossed.
There's been so many games that have claimed your choices matter, and then at the end they don't know. They don't. They steer you towards the same direction.
Rails at some point. So
the way that they've talked about this one is that it's not so much like the in-game story changes, but more how characters all have their own beliefs and moral systems and their own trajectories.
Yeah.
So and
it's upside quest probably or not.
And when you do something, their internal logic changes depending on it. So that's how it changes, rather than the inbuilt story. It's not Telltale. So I'm hoping that's really sophisticated and it's good. But we'll see.
The Sony conference was very not great. Microsoft conference was not
Until
great.
Dawn 2 though. Until Dawn 2 though.
That was a crazy review.
Yes, that was sick.
I'm excited for that.
I love that trailer. I really like that,
which is interesting. I don't know why they didn't.
Is it not super
massive? It's not super massive.
I love the art style for that.
It's not super massive, which is weird in itself. But then the way the guy was explaining it after the end of the reveal trailer, he's like, "We're excited to give you a sequel." But the way he phrased it was that they did the first one. I'm like, "You guys didn't do the first one. What the fuck?"
Yeah,
it was so bizarre.
What do you guys think?
Firesprite.
Yeah, Firesprite. Yeah, I don't know if Firesprite's done.
Firesprite is a team that does remakes and shit. But usually. But there's that team that made fucking
Run Sector.
Right. No, God, what am I thinking of? Demons.
They made
Demons.
Doesn't call them.
That's Blue Point.
Blue Point, and then now they're more established and they're making more regimes. So,
shut them down.
They're not.
Shut them down.
Or they changed the staffs or moved them around.
Shut them down.
It's so crazy.
So stupid.
Why would they do that?
They're still stupid.
Fuck you, Sony.
But today, Nintendo had a chance to show some stuff. Yeah, Wolfenstein pretty good. And Nintendo blew it away. They were showing.
What did they show?
Bangers. They showed Ocarina of Time, the Fire Emblem games. It looks really good. Star Fox is coming out in 2 weeks. Star Fox looks incredible. They showed a lot of good shit. They showed a Pokemon, not Pokemon. What is it? Copia expansions.
Okay.
The one thing that I'm super
now though.
Yeah. Now you can. The interesting thing that I saw for Nintendo too is it's good and bad. Is they're releasing a lot of games that are already out, like Devil May Cry, Stellar Blade, Lies of P, all these games that are coming out now on the Switch 2, which is okay, cool, that's awesome. I'm super interested in how they run because that's just crazy. Because Resident Evil Requiem is amazing on PS5 Pro. And it runs really good on Switch too. It is.
Oh, okay.
It is crazy. Cyberpunk 2077. Obviously, it looks good when you play on these modern consoles. It is crazy how good it runs on Switch too. It is magic. So I'm interested to see how these games play on the Switch too. The bad thing though is these are 3, 4, 5, 6-year-old games. and they're coming out on the Switch too, and you were being charged full price for them.
Oh yeah,
Xenoblade Chronicles.
The Xenoblade's got all the updates.
Switch never has a sale.
Oh, they're doing a sports resort. They're doing a Switch sports resort.
Oh my god, I was so upset with that. They show it.
$5.
They show it's got basketball, which is whatever. It's got table tennis, which is whatever. It's got
no fencing.
Tennis is
no
cool.
fencing.
No fencing. It had
What's the point?
Bowling's fucking sick.
Mm-hmm.
It didn't have baseball, which pisses me off. There's no baseball. There's golf. No baseball. But then they added thumb wrestling.
Of course.
Why would you have a sports resorts game without fencing? That's like the one game I played on sports resort.
See, for me, I was like, I want baseball. They didn't have it yet. So hopefully there's DLC that add baseball and fencing. But yeah, it looks cool.
Sure, yeah.
Like
you're gonna charge me $25 for the DLC pack.
I'll fuck about it. I don't give a shit.
What is Final Fantasy Resonance? What is that?
It is a HD. It's that style they've been working on now. Square Enix, the HD 2.5D thing, where like the back is like it's not like 3D. It's 2.5.
But it's not a mainline game. It's like a spin-off thing.
I think it's a spin-off. Yeah.
Veronica X looks good. I can't wait for that.
Veronica looks
and then
I'm excited.
Final Fantasy VII, the final chapter is going to be on all platforms. That looks really good. And I love the airship mechanic.
Refusing to watch
dive anywhere.
Yeah, have you talked about
watch it? It was some
Final Fantasy VII,
beautiful
Part 3.
Yeah.
Kingdom Hearts 4. I'm excited for that.
That's
crazy that one. Yeah, Kingdom Hearts 4.
I have to see that trailer.
How are they going to do the Ocarina of Time remake? Is it going to be like Breath of the Wild?
I don't like anyone
it's the Ocarina of Time story, or yeah, I don't know.
I thought it was going to be Ocarina of Time in the Breath of the Wild engine, but the little teaser trailer they showed, it didn't show very much. It showed Link like waking up like at the beginning of the game, and it looks like really good. Like if that's what the actual game looks like the lighting system on it is like crazy. So I'm not sure what we're getting. But
do you think it looks like Dark BMX? This guy looks like Dark BMX.
That one does, yeah. That vibe, yeah.
Right?
It's
like like scary, like oh my god, that's what he's gonna look like when he's 70
this year. So we have 6 months to the end of the year, and they haven't shown. They just showed the title card essentially. That's it. It's like, what is happening?
Because I was planning on playing Ocarina of Time, the original one. I still can, but now I'm like,
I want to do, but now I keep pushing it back and back. Yeah.
Now it's like,
are they rebuilding it from the bottom up, or like is it
a total rebuild? It's a total rebuild.
Yeah.
So like
I'm wondering,
like Breath of Wild style.
No, I think it's gonna be different. I think it'll be different looking.
Okay, we'll see then. We'll see.
I haven't played as many. I had a Nintendo.
As long as they do Majora's Mask in the same style.
Nothing after.
Yeah, obviously.
Like afterwards. Like they have to do Majora's Mask.
Hey, have you guys ever played Punch Out? There's a bunch of guys that go about the Glass Joe. That's my last in Tecmo Bowl. We used to play Super. I kept the NES around to play Super Tecmo Bowl for a decade longer than necessary.
All right. What is that
Pan Pan? What does Pan Pan want?
He just come to see what I'm doing.
He wants free screen time. No, he wants to be on TV.
Time.
Look.
Hey, time.
Hey, yes.
What are we watching? What are we watching this Saturday?
Oh, yeah, this Saturday.
Yapping about movies, yeah.
So, I was trying to think of a movie to watch. I couldn't think of anything, right? And then if you go on www.youtube.com, there's videos on there of this curated channel called Criterion. And on this channel, they have celebrities, actors, directors, whatever, and they go in this closet and they pick movies.
I love that series. I love it.
So I was thinking about that today, and I was like, oh, shit. I remember Oscar Isaac picked some banger movies. Let me go see what he picked. That one I picked. By the way, I don't know who John Cassavetes is, but everyone picks his movies.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a famous director.
Yeah.
He was with Spielberg and all those guys Brian De Palma when they were at USC Film School. John Cassavetes was one of those guys.
Didn't we review a movie of his, or we reviewed like a movie with him in it or something?
Yeah, wasn't he in one of those Roman Polanski movies? Yeah, he was in Rosemary.
Yes, he was.
So what do I get for that?
I think so.
Do I get a prize for remembering that? Because you guys can't remember that.
I remember that.
Like, I know some interesting things.
Yeah, he was the husband in Rosemary's Baby.
Hmm.
Yeah. He was the asshole husband.
That's crazy.
He was the one that's like, your haircut sucks.
Yeah, that's crazy. Holy shit.
Yeah.
He's a great director too.
Yes, I'm going through looking through different actors and stuff like that, and now I'm going around judging actors on their taste, even though all the movies
You've
I've never
seen none of the movies, yeah.
But there's some that I've seen. I'm like, oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
You're picking the ones that are less pretentious versus the more pretentious ones, right? Yeah.
So I stumbled across the girl from Anora. What is her name? Mikey
Madison.
Mikey Madison.
Oh yeah.
Great
actress.
Go to hers.
What was that TV show? Better Things that she was in. Have you seen that? It's a good show.
I don't know if she's in TV show.
Yeah, I think that was her.
I know Anora, and then Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Better Things is her origin. You should check it out.
And Scream.
Okay, yeah, Scream.
Yeah.
So I look at her picks, and she has one banger pick, which I was like, well, I love you because of that. And it's a movie called Gilda, and it's starring my favorite actress of all time. This is not the movie. We're not watching this movie. One of my favorite actors of all time, Rita Hayworth. I think she's just the best. Mexican also. So, but then another movie she picked right to the right of that looked super interesting, and I'm like, what the hell is this? So I looked at it. I said, fuck it, let's just watch this. So we're watching a French movie. Surprised you, didn't I? French movie.
Mm-hmm.
And it's called Eyes Without a Face.
Ooh, yeah,
It's based on the Billy Idol song. Have you
heard of it?
The Billy Idol song.
I look at the trailer, and the Billy Idol song came up, and I was like, what the fuck?
I bet he did base it on that movie, though. Don't you think?
The poster. Look at that.
Crazy.
Oh god. Yeah. Okay, I gotta watch that.
Okay, so
holy shit! I just saw some stills from it. Oh, okay. I don't want to.
So you never seen it? Probably you haven't seen it either, right?
No.
Okay, because my rule was, if anyone has seen this, I'm immediately going to pick The Mist.
Is it on Amazon?
Okay.
It's on HBO Max.
Okay, perfect.
Yep.
Well, I hope you pick The Mist in the future as well. But like, I've been told, like with The Mist, I've been told the best version of The Mist is the one that's in black and white. I've heard that.
What the hell?
That version.
I know there's a version of that. It's crazy.
Yeah, there's a black and white version. Apparently, that version is the best version of the movie. Yeah, awesome. I'm gonna download that right now.
Yeah, it looks crazy. I saw the trailer for it, and I was like, I'm in 100%.
This is for when? Next Saturday?
This upcoming Saturday.
This upcoming Saturday.
Yeah.
This upcoming Saturday.
Okay.
This Saturday, what have we got? What were we doing? That was also your pick time.
No, it was
this Friday. Sorry, this Friday. I meant this Friday.
Next Friday.
What did you pick?
Next Friday we are watching current movies. We are watching Exit 8.
Exit 8.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. So this so 4 days,
like 2 days from now.
Nope. 4 days we're watching Eyes Without a Face, and then a week later we're watching on Friday Exit 8.
All right. Awesome.
Nothing this Friday.
Nothing this Friday. Cool. No, that sounds good. That's awesome.
Be there.
Don't eat KFC.
Are you gonna make it to these?
I love KFC.
Reschedule it.
KFC's gross.
Reschedule now.
I love KFC.
Well, if you ever met Greg, he's the #1 food critic in Australia. He loves KFC and he really loves Red Rooster. He thinks the chips are much more crisp there, and he doesn't understand why the good gravy from KFC can't go on the crispy chips.
Is his accent getting better? You think, JC?
Who's that? Drags.
Yeah, his Australian accent.
No.
No,
I don't know.
All right.
I think he needs to keep working on it.
I thought
it's sounding more and more like stereotypical by the day. Oh, there's a 4K release. Oh.
Yeah. I'm bringing this up because I thought this was hilarious, and it wasn't really like talked about for some reason. But there was a reason why we didn't watch this movie. Go live and watch it on Friday.
That was because I couldn't get it.
But Prag offered a different movie to watch, and I thought it was the funniest thing to like the pivot. He's like, if you can't download it in time, we can watch Crocodile Dundee.
Well, I know he has it.
That's fucking funny.
Because I know he has it on Blu-ray there, and he's popping in.
I don't have Crocodile Dundee, but I could download it.
You don't love your own country.
Dude. Oh god, that was so funny.
This movie took 3 days to download, and I finally got it.
No cedars. It's crazy.
Do you think that Australia will ever have a space program, JC?
No. Absolutely not. I think every space program is just going to be us facilitating whatever the US does. Like I feel
right.
Like we have Pine Gap, which is essentially our you know what Pine Gap is, right?
It's like testing.
It's this little area in the middle of Australia, like near Alice Springs.
Yeah.
You guys,
the Aborigines in 1952.
No. That you guys have just set up a base there, and it's just your territory, and we have no power over it. We don't know what you guys do there.
You know what we're doing there? The same thing we do at all the fucking places that are little islands of fucking tyranny.
Yeah. But I looked it up. Apparently, Pine Gap is like one of your most important intelligence agencies. Like it's like if you lost it,
Five Eyes connected, which is the international surveillance system that's been part of Echelon since 1996.
Like we could overtake
every conversation.
Like we could apparently we could
collate it.
Apparently we could overtake it, and then you guys would just lose half of your intelligence. Like you'd just be gone.
Half?
Apparently, yeah. It's apparently. It's
I'll tell you what. I'll tell you something for free. There's a couple wires that they could clip in the Strait of Hormuz that would stop all the internet for about 70% of the globe tonight.
That's
like wild. All that data line runs right through there, and they could just go pop, and that would be it. And then you'd have a real fucking problem because everything is internet based.
The Google AI overview. Pine Gap is arguably the United States' most critical intelligence and military facility outside its own borders. Located near Alice Springs in the Northern Territory, its remote central location provides essential security from ship-based surveillance and ensures the US maintains an irreplaceable global satellite control and intelligence network. We should just overrun it. We should just take it. Just take it. Why not?
Yeah.
You guys aren't really our allies anymore. So
let's do that.
Yeah. Yeah, you are not acting in our interest currently. Our fuel is through the roof because of you. It's because of you.
It's crazy. We're not even acting on interest. That's crazy.
Listen, I don't support the administration of the nation. It's not the people. Listen, Jason, the United States is the people of the United States. It's not the temporary administrator. He's supposed to be just like a fucking.
I don't think anyone voted on the Iran war.
Nobody wants this. That's why it's so stupid. And everyone is pissed off, and that's why he's got a very low approval rating. And nobody wants this. He didn't campaign on it. He specifically campaigned on less, conflict and less interdictions. And all he's done since he took office is been in one new war after another.
Yeah, fair. I want to ask you guys: since between Saturday and today, have you watched anything new? Anything new besides the Knicks?
I finished season 1 of Schitt's Creek.
Oh yeah,
and Dan Levy is my spirit animal. I love him so much. Yeah, it's a great season. Great first season.
Awesome.
Can I say? I've been watching this amazing new hot young New Zealand streamer. He only comes on late night. It reminds me of the old days of Letterman when it was a real treat and you stayed up and you knew you were going to be tired the next day, but you stayed up anyway. His name is Dark BMXers. He's in the chat.
Back.
He comes on live around 1 a.m. Pacific. Get stuck in on this streamer. He gets it. He knows about community development. He understands rhythms. He's doing so many fun things. You never know what's going to happen next. That's what I've been watching.
When does he stream? Do we know?
1 a.m. 1 a.m. Pacific. Every day, 1 a.m. Pacific. And if you're lucky, you'll catch a cutie named Mushy Trousers, and she'll chat with you too if you're lucky. She's a lovely, lovely human being, and I'm so happy for both of them. I'm glad they're back, actually, and we're having a lot of fun reincorporating him into the group. And I hope he just does, he continues to use good, social etiquette, and everything will be great.
W. You know what I watched, Time?
I don't know.
What did you watch?
I don't know if you saw my review on Letterboxd, but I watched Obsession.
Oh, did you like it?
I watched Obsession. Yeah. I loved it.
It's great.
No spoilers. No spoilers.
It's really good. It's really good. There are some jaw on the floor moments in that movie. Jaw on the floor. Yeah. But the one thing I won't spoil it. But the one thing I'll say is while I was watching, I was like, this reminds me of what does this remind me of? And I'm sitting there like, this reminds me of something. It's like, oh yeah, it reminds me of the film that I made, The Blueprint. It has like a similar,
Yeah.
yeah, it has similar themes.
God damn it! These lawsuits are flying all over.
Yeah,
Yeah. What
but no, hey, yeah. It also reminded me of Ruby Sparks, which I really like as well. I'm probably gonna, because I'm gonna be doing my ABC show tomorrow. I'll talk about Obsession and Ruby Sparks, I think.
Are you gonna talk about us?
Yeah. I always talk about you guys. I always say I'm from the Three Grandmas, my I don't. But I will this time.
Why wouldn't you?
I will this time.
Well, I'll tell you why. Because like people are going to want more JC now because they're like, oh my god, I love JC, but he's only on once a fortnight or once a month,
once a week. But you could get more of it.
Once a week.
You can get more of
but
this.
Imagine if you unwatched for them all of the episodes. We have over 100 episodes. We have a beautifully curated YouTube channel that JC worked very hard on. So much editing hours have gone into that. It's a real shame if you don't share that with Australia, because Australia has a new favorite son, and his name is JC.
God damn it, JC.
What time?
I looked at and then I hit images, and I shouldn't have done that. That didn't work out. There's a porn star name.
Why? Oh no! I didn't know that. I mean, it's a good movie though.
Obviously, the movie looks like, oh, that's not a movie at all.
Yeah,
watch it later.
It's got our boy in it. Our boy, Tarantino's most hated villain.
That's right,
Paul Dano. Yeah, yeah, and Zoe Kazan, who
the Whittler
is my wife. Nah, she's not. But
so to be clear, the next movie we're watching is fucking
4 Days.
Eyes Without a Face.
All right,
excited for that.
Watch Exit 8 by accident. Okay, cool.
Awesome. Also, Anders wants to do a show in July, so I'll talk to you guys about that later. I watched Obsession, and I'm one episode away from finishing Spider Noir. I'm excited for that. Great show. If you love Nicolas Cage and you love him hamming it up, fantastic show.
Who doesn't?
Yeah,
looks like a good show.
Who doesn't?
Yeah. Haters.
Bye, everybody. Go Knicks.
Goodbye. Have a great
Knicks. 5.
Great.